So, I believe in one of my other videos, I briefly described what it's been like for me when it comes to dating. But to go a little bit more in depth, um, being a woman of color that's of trans experience, my dating experience in a lot of ways is very similar to that of a cisgender woman. And in some ways, it's very different from a cisgender woman. So, some of the ways that it's similar is, of course, I expect to be treated as a young lady with respect, and to have doors open for me, and to pull out my chair, stuff like, just like basic stuff like that. And I think that there should always be a level of chivalry. I think there should always be a level of a certain level of respect when it comes to dating and courting someone. I think that should be there. That's something that I always look for, something that is always appreciated, and it's just nice. So, anyways, one of my most recent, I wouldn't really consider this a dating experience, but an experience I had recently that was completely out of my comfort zone and completely different and new for me was, I had met someone at work. I was working, well, I've been working, and about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks ago, there was a client that came in for a service, and he was very attractive, he was very handsome, and we talked, and he asked for my number. I gave him my number, and we talked a little bit, we texted a little bit, and I was out of my comfort zone because this was only the second time that someone had asked for my number in person, or asked to talk to me in person, or to like hang out or whatever, instead of like on a dating app or whatever. So anyways, I was caught off guard because usually when it comes to dating, I usually choose dating apps because then I can disclose that I'm transgender on these apps, and there's no confusion, it's upfront, and no one's feelings get hurt. If you're not interested, then you just don't talk to me. If you are, then then we'll talk. So but this situation was different because he had asked for my number in person, so at some point I had to tell him my truth. And I was nervous and I was scared because this person is someone that I'm meeting in a professional setting. This is someone that knows other people in the building that I was working in, well, that I'm currently working in, and in a way, other people are kind of involved because other people were interested and they were asking me questions and all of this stuff. So it was totally out of my comfort zone, totally what I'm not used to, and I was nervous for many reasons. So when it finally got to the point where I was like, okay, I really need to tell him, we were talking through text, and I told him, and he was very understanding, very open-minded about it. And I wasn't sure. I'm like, okay, this person knows, but if something were to happen, like if we stop talking or if he loses interest or whatever, I don't know what he'll do with this information. So it was out of my control, and I'm not used to that. I'm used to being in control of the situation. So in that aspect, it was out of my control. But we talked a little bit here and there, and still trying to see where this is going, if it's going anywhere or not. Either way, it's not a big deal. But typically, when it comes to dating and meeting people, like I said, most of the time I meet them online, and I make sure to tell them before the first date. If they have not fully read my profile or my bio where I put that information, I just, tell them, hey, in case you didn't know, or in case I didn't make it clear enough that I'm transgender, then I'm telling you now. And if you're not interested, then I understand. It's not a big deal. And they either decide to keep talking. Most of the times they do. For most people in general, like, it's not that big of a deal. I think with the media and with certain portrayals of trans folks, that I think people think we get like this crazy reaction, or like people like instantly want to like hurt us or something, which in some cases that is true. I'm not going to discredit that, because that is true in some cases. But 9 times out of 10, it's like, it's not even a big deal. So really, it's kind of boring. I don't really have any like crazy stories to tell, or any like juicy tea to say about like my dating experiences, because they're really not that out of the ordinary. So yeah, this was a little bit short of a video, but anyone can relate. If anyone has any dating experiences or stories, please comment down below. Please tell me what you guys thought of this video, and if you want to hear more about this. So yeah, bye.